morning and welcome to Arundel Presbyterian Church in Odenton, Maryland. I'm Michelle Schoonmaker, your lobby host this week. The lobby is the weekly program on the life and ministry of the church. Today is the 7th and final Sunday of Easter, so that means next week will be the birthday of the church, Pentecost. Today I am honored to have as my first guest ever the coordinator of the Outreach Division of the Arundel County Board of Elections and an election judge recruiter, Miss Nicole Hill. We'll meet Miss Hill in a few minutes. First, let me tell you about so many wonderful things happening at Arundel. A reading tutoring program in Van Bachlen Elementary School is looking for volunteers to help second graders learn to read. This program is called STARE. It is run by First Presbyterian Church of Annapolis, and they will provide all the training for you and your student to have a great time mastering reading together. STARE needs a weekly commitment from every volunteer during school hours throughout the school year. Contact Lori Kronzer for more information. You may have heard that our Black Lives Matter and Gleam banners were vandalized. We are going to get replacement banners and then hold another peaceful demonstration next Friday from 4 to 6, that's June 3rd, to show our commitment to Black Lives Matter and our LGBTQ+ community. Please join us. Signs will be available. Did you know Arundel has a library? Pastor John will like some help reorganizing and updating the library, so please get in touch if you can help. He can also show you where the library actually is in the building. This summer, we will have in-person VBS, and we'll spend time inside and outside learning a passport for peace. The dates are July 18th through 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. every night. Kids in pre-K to grade 5 can be in VBS. Older kids as well as adults can be leaders. June 4th is the Annapolis Pride Day in downtown Annapolis. We will be having a booth and need volunteers to help set up, work the booth, march in the parade with the Gleam banner, and clean up. Please contact Amanda Croce if you are interested. The Healing Through Grief group meets again on Zoom next Wednesday, June 8th at 7:30 p.m. The Healing Through Grief small group is open to anyone attending Arundel, as well as family members, friends, and neighbors who have experienced the death of a loved one, whether it is recent or a long time ago. Contact Lenny Gerdner for the Zoom link. Today, we welcome a new nursery coordinator who will be providing childcare for our littlest ones during both services. Please welcome Kara Moody. And now I'd like to introduce our very special guest, Nicole Hill. Ms. Hill is the coordinator of the Outreach Division for the Arundel County Board of Elections and an election judge recruiter. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We'd love you to fill us in on the upcoming primary election and the changes that have taken place to Maryland elections, the maps. I've noticed campaign signs popping up out of thin air in the last few weeks, so I know an election is approaching.
Yes.
I would like to start with just some of the basics around the election.
Okay.
When is the Maryland primary?
The Maryland primary is now going to be on July 19th. Early voting starts on July 7th, and that carries through to the 14th. And early voting ballots should be going out, like the mass mail out should be June 9th. So you should start seeing notifications about the drop boxes being open, and you can drop your ballot in and they'll be collected. So soon after that.
Oh, wow. The 9th is right around the corner.
Yes, it is.
So in terms of other changes, again, we come back to these maps that I kind of briefly mentioned in the intro.
Yeah.
So what changes are we actually going to see with these new redistricting maps? And would you be able to share with us maps now that they've been finalized?
Yes, I do have some maps that I can share with you, and anyone can go onto the county Board of Elections website. It's aacounty.org/elections, and they can see these. This is the old council map. You see that we have District 4 here. The next one, this is for the new one. It's moved a little bit from previous. It's a very busy map. Be prepared for that. You don't have to look at the maps to find out what is affecting you individually.
So in terms of all of these different layers that may have changed, what do we need to know about the districts, whether I believe the federal congressional districts have changed, our county council districts may have changed. We wouldn't have to necessarily look at the map, but these very busy maps to find that new information.
You could go to the state website and you can look up your information. When you go onto the state board website, elections.maryland.gov, and you can look up all of these things, and they have quick links. So you just press on one of those and you can look up your voter information. And then that'll take you to voter lookup. Place your name, your first name, last name, your date of birth, and your zip code. You will come up with this page. So this is all collapsed, but if you scroll down, you will see that first one, my voter registration record. And you see your name, your address, your party affiliation, and your registration date. Then you click to the next one for voting center information. You see your polling place and that address and the election day. Go to the next one for your district. And this is your breakdown. So your precinct number, your congressional district, your legislative district, councilmatic, circuit court, appellate circuit court, election district, and your senatorial district. You can get all that information. All that information is actually also on your voter notification card. Those were mailed out. If your district changed, if the line, it was moved in your area, you'll get a new voter notification card, what everybody calls the voter registration card. And it'll have all that information on it.
For those who may be voting for the first time, how would you go about registering so that you can get all of this information?
You can contact the local Board of Elections. You can contact us. We are online. You can go to the state board website. You can register online. You can do it in person. Post offices, libraries, they have applications. If you go to the MVA to get your driver's license, you are registered automatically unless you opt out. There are organizations that go to schools. We go out to public events. There's always going to be multiple tables at any kind of summertime event. Churches are very active, as you know, in registering people you can register to vote on your phone, your smartphone. So you text vote to 77788 and you will go to the state board website on your smartphone and you can register on your smartphone. Maryland has made it so accessible to register to vote. So you may be registered already and you just need to vote. So
what's the last date to actually register to vote for the primary?
If you are a new voter, you can register same day registration. So the last deadline for like online or for a paper application is June 28th, which was our original election day.
Okay.
So 5 p.m. for like in-person paper ballots. And it's 11:59 for online registration.
We do make it very accessible, including the same day registration, which is amazing.
Yes, yes.
When it comes to our primaries, this year, will we be voting for Board of Election members or any ballot initiatives?
Initiatives or any questions, those are always in the general.
Okay.
Yes. Board of Education, there is nothing on the ballot this time around for that. And our Board of Elections members, they are appointed.
When it comes to our primary, is there any other information to know, such as party affiliation, voting for any candidate that's on the ballot, or there are separate things that we need to be aware of?
Maryland is a closed primary state. That means that Democrats and Republicans can vote. If you are unaffiliated and you want to participate, there's a candidate that you want to throw your support behind, you need to update your party affiliation before the deadline, which is June 28th. Okay. So then you will be able to participate in the primary. Anybody can vote cross party lines during the general election.
Wow, that is very helpful to know. June 28th is a big day.
Yes, it's a very big day.
What other methods do we have for voting if we're not able to go on primary day in July?
Well, we do have early voting, July 7th to the 14th, 7 to 8. Every day you can go and vote.
I think I'd seen something, and I want to clarify, when it comes to the actual absentee ballots and mailing them in, do I have to put it in the mail? If I change my mind, can I bring it to an election site, during early voting or on primary day to vote with my absentee ballot?
This is why a lot of people think people can vote twice. You can't. If you get your ballot, your vote by mail ballot, and you don't cast it, and you bring it in, more than likely, if you go during early voting or election day, there will be a bag that you can drop it in. If you say, no, I want to do it in person, then you can rip that ballot up. We won't take it. We don't take possession of it at all. You will have to vote provisionally.
you also have, election judge recruiting as part of your particular role.
Mhm.
So what do the election judges do?
They are our residents, our neighbors, sometimes our parents, if you're a certain age and retired. We have a lot of retirees that participate in this. They're just giving back to their communities. They are running the polling places. It isn't the chief judge is not a state or county employee. They are volunteers. They are not making tons of money. So it really is just to give back. They get a stipend, it looks nice in Christmas time. So, um,
Okay.
so it's a
So
lot. It's a lot that goes on,
yeah.
and they take it so seriously because it really is. It's important that we make it as uncomplicated as possible when a person comes in. There's a lot going on. I am so euphoric on election days. I am annoying. I am giddy with it.
So I think I also heard another rumor that we might be a bit short-staffed. So how is recruiting going, and why is that happening?
Recruiting was really good, but then the date changed in the midst of people's plans. So that's how we ended up losing some of our judges. It's always a help when we have too many judges, and we need to kind of fill that roster up a little bit. It's not unheard of for us to lose some for, between the primary and the general. I think it's because a lot of things were put on hold due to COVID. And last year was not a state election or a federal election. It was like the little municipal elections going around the state. And I always say this, if your parents used to be election judges and they can't do it anymore, I'm asking my Gen Xers to step up. If you are going off to college, but you have time this summer, become an election judge. You can make a little bit of money. You can make a little bit of money. Might pay for one college book.
Good to hear that there might be a range, so that if we're hoping to maybe convince some folks, or people may know someone, that it's not just older adults, that
No.
any adult can be an election judge in the state of Maryland who is a registered voter in the state of Maryland. I think that is all of my questions.
Okay.
Was there anything else as kind of our representative from the local board of elections that you would want Anne Arundel County based members to know about the upcoming election, the process, or anything else?
We are nonpartisan here. We are all about fair and accessible elections. Any of the local boards will tell you that. That is our job, to have successful elections. We are not intimidated when we have a high turnout. We love a high turnout. That means that we are getting the word out. Every election counts, from the municipal to the federal. You don't have a voice if you don't participate. Contact us, see where you can help. We're always hiring additional people. We've done our build up, but we still need some people. Do something, participate, learn what's really important to you. Find that candidate's platform, and it doesn't matter if they are Democrat, Republican, another party that's recognized by the state of Maryland. Give them your support. You can only see problems if you're not being part of the solution. You got to be part of the solution. So I hope everyone who sees this says, okay, yeah, I can do that. It's not that hard. Like, I can do it on my smartphone between TikToks. You can. It's that easy.
That is great. Thank you so much. So I think this has been really great information, that even the points you made about fair and accessible elections being part of the solution, and again, all of the detail around the election and what goes into it, really appreciate a better understanding of how we make elections run smoothly, what the board does, as well as the importance of the process itself. Well, thank you very much. And honestly, for jumping around a little bit on our list, as well as giving so much detail on everything. This has been very enjoyable.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks to everyone for watching. Everything I mentioned can be found in the archive or on the church website. Have a good week, and the live stream service starts right now.